Churchill's grave, like. There's nothing stirring except a milk float. I'm going up to Cooper's End now.
Excuse me, madam. Routine check. Would you mind giving me your name and address?
Cunningham. Eileen Cunningham, 10 North View. This in aid of the fire raising?
Have you just come from home?
Aye.
Would you mind telling me where you're going to?
My brother's. In Toniton Row, number 6.
I'll have to look into your bag.
Will you? I'll stop for you now.
Yes, you can. It's a request.
Hey, love.
George, which allotments are we talking about? Right, Abbott's Fields. I see. How serious? Anyone reported hurt? Very well. Tell Joseph I'll meet him there.
Give us a lift back to me beat, Harry. Nobody to be seen, Sarge. Deserted this place.
Keep looking. Not likely to advertise the whereabouts particularly.
Long gone by now, surely.
Probably. Let's make certain. Sergeant Bay.
CID, left base, ETA, 10 minutes.
Got it. Out.
Whoever's going to hang round to get picked up now.
I like to hang back sometimes, arsonists, see what happens after. Watch the outcome of the work. Not a crime of logic, exactly, this.
Where's CID?
On their way, Mom.
Logan.
I've no information on that, Mum.
Any ghouls?
None shown.
How was it discovered, Joseph?
Milkman delivering his Shelton Vale half a mile away saw the blaze.
Hartley's become fire conscious. Every back garden bonfire comes to notice.
Seems to favour an early start, this character. The other fires were set at dawn.
Classic time for depressions.
And when there's not many folk about to disturb you at your work, especially out here. Assuming this one checks out as arson.
It seems likely. Allotment sheds don't normally catch fire by themselves.
Excuse me, Mom. Message from DHQ. Mr. Logan said he'd be over as soon as possible. He's had to go to Inspector Foster's section. Another fire.
What fire?
Eastfield Park. 2 miles from here.
I know where it is.
A warehouse burned down just over an hour back. They say it's clear evidence it was deliberate.
2 fires in one morning, 4 within the week. Someone's giving vent to a lot of anguish.
Hurry up, Freddie, please.
Freddie! How are you this morning, sweetheart? Hello, did I smile at your Auntie Janet?
Is it good?
You're early, Jan.
Oh, Oh, caught you on the hop, have I, love?
Freddie won't eat his breakfast.
Oh, dear.
Oh, hurry up, I'll be late.
Oh. So do you like it? Doesn't look very appetizing, does it? Well, I know. Give you a banana. You like bananas, don't you, Freddie?
Oh, let me pay you for the fruit.
There's no need, love. Now then. Nice banana. Oh, lovely. Yes, there you are. Good boy. Oh, dear. Just what does your mummy think she's up to, eh? Go on, tell her off. Naughty mummy deserves a thorough spanking, doesn't she? Should know better.
Jan, what is it?
Matches, love, within the child's reach. Could be the cause of a nasty accident. Put them away, please. There now, Freddie. Well, you have that banana later. I've got something for you. Yes, I have.
Jan? Now, look,
There now. All finished? That should keep you nice and warm these cold mornings.
Jan, it's lovely. Oh, I'm hopeless at knitting.
Oh, well.
Look, Freddie, aren't you lucky?
Off you go then, Ruth.
Oh, well, I've just got to change you. Come on, what a mess.
Oh, don't worry about that, love. I can manage that, can't I, Freddie? Come along, what a good boy, yes.
Well, I'll
There.
try and be back by 3:30.
Oh, there's no problem, love.
Oh, well, thanks for...
Yeah, well, we can certainly send a constable round if you really think it looks suspicious, but it sounds to me as though you got your chimney on fire. You do realise that's an offence? Oh, you sent for the brigade. Good. Yes, I think so, sir. Hello, Frost. Not on fire, are you?
Wish to God I was.
Everyone else in Hartley seems to be.
Lucky ones.
Well, how are you, Frost? Thought we might find you in here now the weather's turned cold again.
It's a brutal winter, Mr. Parrish. It's worse than last year's.
Aye, well, you feel the cold more than most. How can I help you, Frost?
I'm drunk and disorderly, Mr. Parrish.
Not a chance.
Oh, come on, just a couple of nights. But I'm like ice.
I'm sorry, Frost. This isn't a hostel. Try Social Security.
I don't use Social Security.
Oh, then I've run out of suggestions.
Oh, please. You've helped me in the past.
Yes, but you're getting blasé, aren't you, Frost? There was a time when you'd really come in here drunk and disorderly. Good reason to lock you up. Now you seem to expect it as a matter of course.
I didn't think such a charade was necessary amongst old associates.
You're annoying me, Frost. Get off.
Will I go and get drunk then? Is that what you'd like?
Get this much into your head, Frost. You are not going to find yourself in my cells. Away.
You won't reconsider.
Be missing. God. Struth.
Sorry, Mr. Parrish. Interview room?
Get in there. There'll be 2 charges of criminal damage. You'll come before the magistrates tomorrow.
Understand.
You don't wish to apply for bail, I imagine?
Won't be necessary.
What's happened here, Jean?
I don't know. A glass window was there when I left yesterday. Sergeant?
Your window's been broken, Mom.
Yes. How? Broken with what?
A bicycle, in fact, Mom.
A bicycle?
Sergeant Beck's bicycle.
Must have been travelling at quite a speed, the sergeant.
Oh, up we go. Oh, Freddie, you're a heavy boy. That's right. Settle down and have a nice rest.
There's no way I can patch that up. Look at it, it's ruined. I'll have that old beggar make him cough up for a new one.
Frost? I've got sixpence to scratch his backside with.
According to this, Sarge, his name is Habgood. Charles Reginald Habgood. Why'd you call him Frost? I was only wondering.
He suffers from the cold, lad. Always has done. It takes him bad, eats into his bones. So he turns up here every so often looking for a warm cell to sleep in.
Maybe he should settle down like the rest of us instead of bumming his life away. That way we wouldn't have to get cold.
Well, of course, if everybody did the sensible thing all of the time, we'd soon be out of a job.
Why did he drift into vagrancy?
Has to be a reason, does there?
Usually is. Some circumstance in the past which has laid him low.
There's something you've been reading up for the Open University.
That's right, Sarge. Vagrancy comes under the social science course. What happened to Frost?
I don't think we can tell him, do you, George?
Why, it wouldn't be wise. Not at all the thing for the Open University.
What?
Don't ask.
Come on now.
No, I'm afraid not. It's too dark.
Dark?
Very dark.
Look, I've got an essay to do on this very topic. Why won't you tell me?
When we know you better, maybe.
That's right, lad. Let us know when you started shaving. We might well reconsider.
Knowledge between men, you see, Peter. Not lightly imparted.
Taking men out of uniform and limiting their role to surveillance could prove counterproductive. A visible police presence might deter this individual.
Hasn't worked too well to date, has it? 9 arsons within a month.
It may have prevented worse from happening. So far, only unoccupied premises have been the target.
Arsonists normally go for empty buildings.
Will it stop there? The pattern isn't encouraging. First, a few back alley dustbins were set off. Now he's burning building sites, allotments and warehouses.
Chummy is getting precocious.
Or perhaps more desperate. Well, obviously, we're dealing with a very sick person.
But does that affect the practicalities of our immediate task?
It's a consideration. How we react could influence this individual's behaviour.
It's a cleft stick. Surveillance by civil patrols increase the odds of catching him. But should we fail, Chummy can do his worst with relative impunity. There's no uniforms about to scare him off. But maybe it's worth a try.
Sir, obviously it's important to catch whoever's responsible. But the uniform branch does have other commitments.
Well, I appreciate that, Jean.
I'm ready to instruct my men to adopt plainclothes and unmarked cars. Our job is to catch this beggar.
I disagree. Our role should be preventative in this instance. It's the job of CID to detect this person. They have the manpower and the facilities. We have the whole community to police.
Arson inquiries are rarely CID's strong suit, you know. That's the problem. You see, the crime is irrational. It's unpredictable. It's usually motiveless. There's very little in the way of hard evidence to bite on. So if there's going to be any breakthrough here, it's likely to come from your lads in the street. All right, we'll keep the situation under review. Meanwhile, continue with uniform patrols, but I want them kept to a minimum. Put as many men as you can into plainclothes. It's an unhappy compromise, I know.
Jan! Hello? Jan?
Sergeant said he'd like a cup.
Grand.
And Sergeant Beck mentioned you always have a biscuit with your tea.
Today. Sergeant Beck, eh? Particularly good of him. After the business with the bike.
Everything all right in here for then, is it?
Ah, like this cell, it's the warmest.
I'm wondering, just curiosity, really. How many years have you been on the road? Of course, if you don't want to talk about it.
40.
40 years? What? Hi. I'll be off.
You're new here, aren't you?
I'm new, aye. Fairly new.
Name?
Sims. PC Sims.
Sims. Well, you'll know me next time, eh?
You missed tea?
I did.
And his picky?
Sarge.
Did he, break it up and soak it?
Revolting.
It's still with him, then?
What?
The old trouble?
Come off it, Sarge. My grandmother used to do that. She had no teeth.
Again.
What happened?
What?
What happened to you? Where have you been? All this time. It 5:30. Where did you get to?
Oh, we went out for the day, didn't we, Freddie? Yes.
Well, I got back and there's no sign of you.
We were enjoying ourselves.
No note. Nothing. What was I to think? Well, I mean, maybe there'd been an accident. I didn't know.
Freddie, we stand corrected.
Could you go now, Janet? Do you mind?
All right. See you Friday.
Oh, no, look, I'll phone you.
Oh, there's no need to phone. I'll just come at the usual time, right?
Bye-bye, Freddie.
Freddie's crying.
Oh, stop her coming here! I want you to stop her!
We're by Hilltop Cemetery. Nothing. Out. Keeping you up then, are we?
What is it, Robert? Is it Freddie?
Freddie's fine. Janet, I'm afraid Ruth is very distressed. She's been rather upset for quite some time. She's pregnant, you know that.
I know that.
And I can't allow her to be disturbed. You understand? Yesterday, you took Freddie off and didn't return till late. She was quite desperate.
She overreacted.
No, she didn't overreact. And it's not just what happened yesterday afternoon, Janet. Ruth feels you've been too possessive of Freddie.
Oh, jealous, is she?
She appreciates your kindness. We both do.
Look, why didn't she have this out with me herself?
It's not fair on Ruth.
Fair on Ruth!
She doesn't want to see you again. She doesn't want you to come to the house. I know you were close friends, the best friend Ruth ever had, but lately things have got out of hand.
I came to your wedding, gave you a toaster. What about Freddie?
You're not to see Freddie ever again.
No.
I'm sorry.
You can't take Freddie away from me.
He's not your son, Janet.
You can't.
It's got to stop. No more.
No! You come back here! Robert!
Seems our arsonist has taken the morning off.
Nothing reported from Inspector Foster's section?
All quiet, apparently.
Oh, Mom, you wanted to speak to Hapgood before he went off.
Yes, I did.
Sign for them, please.
Mr. Hapgood,
I'm just going, Inspector.
you broke the window in my office. Don't do it again. Don't come back here unless we bring you. The magistrates were in a generous mood this morning and gave you a conditional discharge. You're to keep out of trouble for 12 months or you'll be hauled back in court for sentencing. You understand your position, Mr. Hapgood?
Not complicated, is it?
And I promise you all sorts of trouble if I hear that you have been within sight or sound of this station. I am not having my cells used as a doss house. Is that clear?
Clear enough.
Now get going. He'll be back.
I heard about your fire, so I came by this way.
See?
You weren't here, so I took charge of things till you could make it.
Why is the ambulance here?
Somebody was in there. They're bringing out a body. He's kipped down in his last police cell.
There's not a burn on him. It was the fumes that did it.
Had he been drinking? Any evidence of a bottle or flask?
None that we can find.
And he didn't smoke, did he?
No, Mum.
They found an empty petrol can and some rags plastered in candle grease. This was no accident.
The coroner will have to decide that.
I think Mr. Logan will want all our lads out of uniform from now on, don't you? We've got a stiff. The pressure will be on.
Obviously, Habgood was sleeping rough. Likely to have been there all night.
So? He's dead as a direct result of this mischief. You said yourself this kind of escalation was possible.
Yes, but we can't necessarily assume that the arsonist knew he was in there.
I'm assuming nothing. I just want him. I want this beggar nailed. I don't give a hoot about his hang-ups. I want to feel his collar.
Certainly, whoever's responsible must be stopped. For their sake as well as others.
You dress it up how you will, but spare me the agony collar. Was that what they taught you on the course?
Well, they certainly didn't teach us scalp hunting, that's for sure.
Why did you have to go and make trouble?
Oh, Janet.
I didn't mean anything.
No.
I didn't want to take him away.
Look, Janet.
I'd never do anything to harm Freddie. I wouldn't harm Freddie for the world.
I know. I know that. But
You didn't have to turn against me like that.
Oh, Janet, this
telling
is so
tales
stupid.
to Robert. I
Please.
didn't mean anything.
look, I'm pregnant. I'm having a baby.
Well, you're lucky.
Well, I mustn't be upset.
Oh, no. Number one, you first and to the last.
Now, look.
It's your fault. Someone's got hurt now because of you. Taken to hospital.
What are you talking about?
I saw it, the ambulance.
Jan, I don't understand.
It's your fault this happened. You're to blame. If you hadn't done it, how could you? How could you? You did it. You brought this about. Oh, oh.
Janet, you're sick.
You're so sensitive, madam.
I'm going to get the police.
I think the word revolves around you.
The hospital are keeping her in for a couple of days to be on the safe side. So long as she can be kept calm, probably it'll be all right.
I shall have to see this Mrs. Worsley.
Inspector, look, I don't want to cause Janet, Mrs. Worsley, any more problems. She's had enough bad luck.
Don't you want a prosecution?
No, nothing like that. Not at all. But nor do I want Janet harassing my wife again.
I'm not sure what steps you'd like me to take unless you're willing to make a formal complaint.
Well, can't you talk to her? Warn her off.
How long have you known this Mrs. Worsley?
My wife and Janet were best friends. They were at teacher training college in Manchester together.
When did her husband leave her?
About 6 or 7 months back.
Is he still in the area?
Went abroad. Germany, I think.
Children? Relatives?
None. She's alone.
How did she take the break-up?
Oh, she had to give up teaching. She couldn't cope with it.
And this problem you had with her being over-possessive of Freddie, when did it start?
About a month ago, when my wife got pregnant again. Janet changed. Acted odd. Suddenly became tense, distant.
And the babysitting arrangement, whose idea was that?
Well, Janet suggested it. My wife got a part-time teaching job at Ridgefield. It was handy. Janet could come at short notice, and she was marvellous with Freddie. But then she began to make my wife feel hopeless, useless. Janet undermined her. Then gradually things got out of hand.
And so you finally told Mrs. Worsley to stay away?
Oh, I should have told her before, long before. But you see, Janet wasn't a happy person, and we couldn't face hurting her. We got sad watching her with Freddie. We got so guilty.
Guilty?
Janet, she can't have children. You understand?
I do, yes. It's a serious matter, Mrs. Worsley. I'd like an explanation.
I lost my temper.
You could have caused Mrs. Elliot to miscarry.
Yes, I went a bit mad, lost control. It was a dreadful thing to do.
Why did it happen? What made you lose your temper?
Over Freddie. They wouldn't let me see Freddie again. So unfair. You see, I love Freddie. I didn't want to steal him away. But what they did was uncalled for. Treating me like... depriving me.
As I understand it, they felt you were over-attentive to the child.
And that's wrong, is it?
To the extent it created tensions for Mrs. Elliot.
Well, it could have been broached differently. Put to me properly and the matter resolved without any fuss. But to suddenly... Well, I was their friend meant to be.
Whatever the rights or wrongs, Mrs. Worsley, you committed an assault.
Over what she did. Telling him all that stuff. Blew it all up out of nothing.
Apparently you said something about someone being hurt and taken to hospital, and that Mrs. Elliot was in some way responsible.
I've not been well. Under the doctor. The tranquilizers, I get confused.
I see. Mrs. Worsley, understand this. Mr. and Mrs. Elliot feel that life has been somewhat hard on you of late, and they have no wish to pursue this. But you must make no attempt to visit them or see Freddie. You do understand that, don't you? All right. I hope this sees an end to the matter. What's this? What are these cuttings?
Just things I collect. A scrapbook. A hobby, that's all.
These all refer to the fires in this area.
I was interested.
Dating from the very first one, a month back.
I told you, bits and pieces, a pastime. I've got a whole rag bag full of stuff.
We've searched your house. A sack of rags was found in the shed. Candles, fire lighters, half a dozen boxes of matches, and a can of petrol. What was it all for, love? You've been lighting fires, haven't you? Silence isn't going to help you. We've got a lot of evidence already. Give yourself a chance, love. Tell us what's been going on.
Why did you collect those? 10 fires, that's quite a notch up. This morning saw your latest spectacular, right? Did you witness the outcome? You noticed the ambulance? Oh, yeah. You know what I'm talking about. A man died, love. A man of 60. Dead. How about that? All you're doing, love.
Get a bowl in the towel. It's all right. Now, it's all right. Just relax and breathe deeply. That's it. Good. And again. Big and deep. That's it. Good. Good. Would you like a glass of water?
Well, looks like we're in for a long session.
With respect, sir, I don't think we're handling this right. That woman is deeply disturbed.
I'm not releasing her to hospital, Jean. Not yet. We've got to get an admission first. Now, this is serious crime.
Yes, I accept that, but the woman's all bound up inside herself. We could ply her all night. She's not going to give.
Then what do you suggest?
She needs thawing out. That interview room's too impersonal. My office will be better, a bit more informal. And I think I should talk to her alone.
All right, Jean, we'll give it a try. But I want results. I want her plucked and ready for court in the morning.
Is he dead?
Yes, love.
I mean, it's a trick.
I'm afraid not.
Try to get me to talk.
I saw the body.
Shouldn't have been in there. You don't think... I didn't know.
You didn't realize anyone was inside the house?
It was falling down, rotting. That's why I didn't intend... I chose it because it was there for demolition.
The man who died was a vagrant. Obviously, he chose the place as somewhere accessible to spend the night. You weren't to know that.
You believe me?
I can accept what you say. He just wanted a fire.
That's all.
What is it you like about fires?
Flames. They're friendly. Make me happy. I like to see them leaping up and feel the warmth. Like when I was small, my mother would sit me in front of the fire and I'd stare right into it. Look for the pictures in it.
Love, why did you burn the derelict house this morning? Because of what happened over Freddie? Made you unhappy, did it, the trouble over Freddie? And so you lit the fire and then you felt better?
It went. The ache melted away.
Why did you wait around afterwards?
See what happened.
Did it matter what happened?
Somebody cared. A lot of people cared. I did something somebody minded about. Felt good. Is that you in that picture?
With some colleagues.
When was it taken?
Some years back.
Strange how you can lock things up from the past in a picture like that.
Love, did you start lighting the fires because you discovered your friend Ruth was pregnant?
Got unhappy.
You resented the fact she was going to have another child.
Wasn't Freddie enough for her? don't I?
You wanted children.
It's no good wanting what you can't have, I suppose. Whose fault is it anyway? God's. I don't believe in God. Do you? See, somebody like Ruth, she's not a natural mother. And there's me. I'd be likely at mothering. Kids won't grow in me. You got kids?
No, I'm in the same boat.
Did your husband leave you when he knew you were barren? Mine did. I can't stop with a woman who can't give me children. So he went. Oh, folk are no surprise anymore.
Love, will you tell me about all the fires you set? Like when and where? Will you let me write it all down?
Will I, though?
Get rid of it, love. Tell it.
It's quite a feather in your cap, this.
I don't see it that way.
What a job you've got. People's mucky lives.
Yes?
I'll tell you.
Jean?
She's admitted to setting the fires, all 10 of them. Dates and places are detailed in her statement.
Grand. Right. We'll put her in front of the magistrates in the morning. We'll ask for a week's remand. Let the doctors get a proper look at her.
I think that would be in her best interest.
Well done, Jean. Hey, quite a one in the eye for Bill Foster, this.
Yeah. Yeah? Yes?
Jack? Recognize the voice? Don't put the phone down. I'll find you. So it's me, Eddie. I'm in the town of Ryde, Isle of Wight. Fresh out of Her Majesty's bed and breakfast, Parkhurst, where you took me up for 4 years.
Now, look, Eddie.
Shut up. You've done all the talking you'll ever do.
Yes, but listen, Eddie.
Listen to me. I'm coming by degrees up north. And I want us to meet, Jack. And when we do, I'm going to kill you. Yeah, the reason I'm phoning is because I got religion in the nick. And I thought, well, you might like to say your last prayers before we meet. Yeah, God be with you, Jack. And may he have mercy on your rotten soul.
Oh, my God.
Hello?
Inspector Darby to see you.
Oh, yes, please ask her to come in.
Right.
Hello, Annie. Jean. How's it going? A bit knocked by all this. I must say, I never thought I'd be phoning you professionally.
Morning, James.
Morning, ma'am.
How's it look?
Not good, ma'am. Nothing decent in the way of a print. Drawer forced open with something like a chisel, a screwdriver. Drawer handles grainy wood. There's been a lot of hands on it recently.
All right, James.
I'll take myself off, ma'am.
Right. Well, tell me all. Oh, it's awful. I came in the morning, exactly 9 o'clock. This drawer's wide open. Petty cash box with £150 in it completely disappeared.
What did the petty cash box look like?
Small grey metal box, not very substantial, with a lock to it. I wouldn't have thought it would be too difficult to break it open.
And where's the key to this drawer kept?
Top drawer of the filing cabinet over here. I mean, 7 weeks in the job. My boss is away at a sales conference, Edinburgh. When I phoned him, he asked me what 10 other people have already asked me. Was I sure I locked the drawer last night? Well, of course I locked it.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, James. Don't get upset, Annie. A burglar is always a bit of a shock. I know what the rest of the office is thinking. The new, well-travelled, highly paid managing director's secretary walks off and leaves the petty cash box in an unlocked drawer. And maybe there are some who think I walked off with it.
Oh, come on.
Well, if I'd been here for years, it somehow would be okay. But 7 weeks in the job and cash gone missing and police and a fingerprint man in the office, and suddenly it's all down to me. And you know I want to make a good impression here, Jean. I like this job. I need this job.
Sergeant Duckworth tell you he'd found no signs of forced entry?
He said it looked like an inside job.
Well, it does. They're taking your fingerprints, love.
Yes.
You're in capable hands with Sergeant Duckworth. You know I can't take over his inquiry, but I'm certainly going to talk to you about it as a friend. I imagine he's already asked you if you've any suspicions about anyone in the building who might, just might, have done this.
Yes, and I said I didn't know.
Any of the staff been behaving suspiciously recently?
No, not really.
Have you heard of anyone with debts? Anyone in financial trouble?
No.
Is there something you want to tell me that you didn't say to Sergeant Duckworth?
Oh, this is awful, but... Well, there's a really nice boy. The post clerk. He joined the company around about the same time I did. Well, he's been hanging around this office rather a lot during the past couple of weeks. I mean, I've nothing at all to be suspicious about, except for that. I kept wondering why he'd been hanging around here so much, and then this happens.
What's his name?
Trevor Knott.
And you didn't say this to Sergeant Duckworth?
No, and I don't think I should be saying it to you.
Can I have a look at him? Can you get him in here?
Yes, I've got some post for him, actually. Just a minute.
Yes?
Mrs. Banks, would you ask Trevor to come in for a moment, please?
Right, yeah.
Thank you.
We'll just have him checked out. Would there be some company records with his date of birth, etc.?
Well, yes, there must be somewhere. I could find out.
Yes, Mrs. Howlett.
Oh, Trevor. Parcel for you, Red Star, as soon as possible.
Right. Have they got any clues on the theft?
Not yet. This is Inspector Darby from the police.
Hello. Red Star to Euston?
Yes.
Right.
Yes?
It's me. Don't put the phone down. Well, this is your last day, Jack. Not bad, really, from where I'm speaking. Euston Station. A bit of sun. Pleasant, really. I'm about to board the train. Oh, by the way, how's the baby?
Listen, Eddie, I've got a little money. I'll pay you.
It's not down to money, Jack. It's down to the big meeting. First with me, then with your maker. Next up, Manchester. Nearly home. I'll have a few jars in Manchester and I'll give you a tinkle.
What's that tip you said you got for Thursday?
Beverley, 3 o'clock. Taylor's Revenge.
Taylor's Revenge? I've never heard of it.
Well, that gives me grounds for considerable optimism.
I need your help.
It's not a major robbery, Bernard, but I'd like us to do our best. Check this Trevor Knott character and all of us have access to the office.
Yes, ma'am.
Annie Howlett's an old friend of mine. Do what you can, please. Is there much on the CID front?
No, ma'am. Oh, I've got a message from Mr. Logan to stand by for a visit at 11:30.
Right.
I'll get back to Mrs. Howlett, see if there's any other names to check out.
Thanks. Come in.
Ma'am, there's a Mr. Jack Willis I'd like to talk to you urgently.
Who is he?
I don't know, there's something vaguely familiar about the name, not the face.
What about?
He has a baby and a pram with him, ma'am. He seems very upset.
Fetch him in, Joseph.
Will you come this way, Mr. Willis?
Please take a seat. Mr. Willis, yes?
Yes.
And you wanted to see me?
I wanted to see who's in charge, the top man.
That's me, Mr. Willis. What can I do for you?
I'm Jack Willis, who turned Queen's evidence in the Miller trial 4 years ago.
I'm not familiar with the trial, Mr. Willis.
Well, you better check on it. Because I'm here because I got 2 phone calls from Eddie Miller, just out of Parkhurst. And he said he's coming now to kill me. And I know he means it.
Kill you?
Yeah,
You take the threat seriously?
too right, I take it seriously. You police have had your value out of me. He wouldn't have been in Parkhurst but for me, so you've got to protect me. I gave a favour to justice 4 years back, and only because of that I'm in danger. So what are you going to do about it?
Just a minute, Mr. Willis. All in good time. We want to know more about that. But you've brought a baby here, yes?
Daughter, that animal might go for her if you don't get me.
Yeah, well, where's your wife, Mr. Willis?
She left me. But I want to sort out this Eddie Miller business now.
Ma'am?
Yeah? Just a minute, Mr. Willis.
Well, he can't leave off now to do something else. This is urgent.
A minute, Mr. Willis.
This Eddie Miller he's talking about, ma'am. One of a big family of right villains. Dad Miller lives in Hartley. The lads live round about local.
OK. Get the form on this one. And Eddie Miller. And the other Millers.
Right, ma'am.
Call Mr. Logan, you better hear this, and call Parkhurst, check the time of release.
What about the baby, ma'am?
We'll see to it, Joseph.
Now, look, I'm getting through. I want you to put me in a cell now and lock door, so I know I've got some protection from this animal.
A minute,
And then I
Mr.
want you to
Willis.
place men in my house, so when he turns up there, you can arrest him quickly.
Now, look, Mr. Willis, there is some checking to be done here, but assuming you were telling the truth...
Assuming? You might have something. Do you think I'd come in here unless it were true?
I'm saying we have to do some checking.
Are you going to put men in my house, or aren't you?
Mr. Willis, we cannot arrest a man straight out of prison unless we can prove he's committed a crime.
What? I've got to be killed first.
Look, your baby's crying and I want to have a look at your baby.
Oh, for God's sake. What's going on here? You're not going to help me, are you? You're not going to lock me up, are you? You're not going to arrest him?
All in good time, Mr.
There
Willis.
there isn't time. He's coming now. He's going to kill me.
Catch him! Go on after him! Come on, sweetheart.
I wasn't involved, but I remember the trial well. And it was Willis's evidence, and only his evidence, that sent Miller away. It's a pity that such a weasel of a man had to show Beck and Paddish a clean pair of heels.
And left us holding the baby.
What about the baby?
Well, it's well cared for. Clean, well fed. Very relaxed little thing now we've stopped Sergeant Beck singing lullabies to it.
Can't imagine Joe Beck singing lullabies.
No could the babe.
I understand that Bernard Duckworth is looking into a £150 cash box robbery involving a friend of yours.
Crowfield Electric, that's right, sir.
Well, I'll have to take him off that to help on this.
Yeah, okay.
It's complicated. We won't be getting the proper files on all the Millers until later. 4 sons, 1 daughter. The Miller family. All of them villains, and all of them capable of doing for Willis. Those 3 cars, the Granada, Cortina, and Maxi, registered to 3 of the brothers, so they're probably inside there now.
Family meeting behind closed curtains.
Well, isn't it the tradition that the coming out party for the prodigal's return from jail always starts up well before his release?
So if they're all in there from last night, with hangovers, might be a good time to visit.
Can I ask you a rude question, June?
Yeah?
This is very obviously CID. Do you think that you have an interest in it?
Yes, I do. I'm involved now in the interests of baby Willis. I'm looking for a father and a mother, and that's highly relevant to this lot.
Okay. But don't go jumping the gun, and no initiatives on your part without consulting me first, please.
Yes, sir.
I think we will visit. Logan, CID, aren't they?
They're here. It's Isn't police.
What the hell do you want?
I want to speak to Eddie Miller.
Do you? Who's your girlfriend?
Is Eddie Miller here?
You know damn well he isn't.
What's all this, George?
Local wooden tops.
Aye. What do you want?
They want Eddie.
Well, he's not here, is he? Go on, you can search the house.
I'll talk to his father then.
Talk to his father, do you? Look, his father's our dad.
Just a few words.
Let's give him Dad.
Aye, might get a laugh out of the clowns.
In kitchen. Talk to him, but be quick, 'cause you're not staying, and keep your hands out the silver, hey?
I'll be back to talk to you.
Aye, you try it.
For God's sake, what are you doing? If you don't get out, there'll be a fight.
Who are you?
What is it? One's just got out and you want another
Who
back
are
inside.
you?
I'm Eddie's sister, Maureen. And who the hell do you think you are?
We just want to talk to your father.
Talk. And fast. And as soon as you're finished, leave by the back door.
Who's that?
Hello, Mr. Miller.
Is my lad back yet? Is my Eddie back?
Not yet. Do you know me?
No.
We have met.
Huh?
Chief Inspector Logan, and this is Inspector Darbley.
God in heaven, what's all this about then? What are you here on? Business or social?
Just want to chat about your son, Eddie.
Nay, I'm none out. I'm half dead, me. I can't hardly move. Arthritis, it's terrible. Pain gets worse every day. National health does bloody nothing. This country's going down the spout, isn't it, eh?
You could be right.
Look, my lads are good lads. They've always looked after me, but you know how it is. Income tax and that, it's not easy to make honest money these days. Look, I'm just old. I'm tired. I just want to die.
Your family were like that, Mr. Miller.
It's always been a struggle for me. Now I just want to go. I can't even do that.
Mr. Miller. Does your son Eddie still listen to you?
Listen to me?
Take your advice.
I don't know.
I want to give him some advice. Will you pass it on?
Depends on what.
It's important. 4 years ago, your son Eddie was sent to jail on the evidence of a man, Jack Willis.
Don't I know it? Do you think I don't know that?
Now, Willis is complaining that since your son got out yesterday, he's been making threatening phone calls.
Is that right?
Yes, it's right. So we are forewarned, and we want you to warn Eddie that if anything happens to Willis, we'll know who to come for.
Jack Willis is not but an animal. He always was.
Do you know who Willis's wife is? Or the mother of his child?
How would I know?
Can you tell us what time you expect Eddie back here?
None of your business, but... Yes. When he's finished at his tailor's.
Tailor's?
He always goes to tailor's first thing after coming out of the nick. He's very fussy about his clothes, is Eddie. He'll order himself 3 new suits. I've said enough, that's it.
Thanks.
Will you please leave now?
Now, what do you want?
Nothing.
Well, get them out of here and check yourself out now.
John Connors, the chief instructor, welcomes them to the centre. All in the hand. This is a trainee's handbook. Now this handbook.
What's the name of Eddie's tailor?
Taylor?
Yes.
It's his cousin, Lenny Goodall. Queen's Parade, Manchester.
Ta.
Now go.
Yes, this is Detective Chief Inspector Logan. I'm at Hartley's section. I wonder if you can spare a man to watch a tailor's shop.
Which address, sir?
Lenny Goodall, Queen's Parade, Manchester.
Now, sir?
Yes, now. And follow and clock a visitor he might have. An Eddie Miller, late of 112 Arlen Parade, Hartley. Date of birth, 4/4/35. Who will visit shop at some point during the day.
Can you give me a description, sir?
I can give you a photographic reference. Do you have the Police Gazette for last October 17th? It's item 185.
85.
Right. I may come over.
All right, sir.
Well, much appreciated. Thanks a lot. I think I will go to Manchester.
Right.
Can you handle this end?
Oh, yes, I should think so.
Oh, well, I'll take Paul Davis with me and we'll leave Bernard Duckworth on watch outside the Miller household. And no initiatives, please, Jean. Consult me first unless it's an emergency.
Of course. Would I do anything else?
I'll talk to you later. See you later, Joe.
Ma'am, your husband's here to collect the baby.
Where's the baby?
With your husband in the locker room, ma'am.
Joseph, you know about this petty cash theft?
Yes, ma'am. Bernie Duckworth told me.
Well, Bernie's now watching the Miller house. Mr. Logan's taking Davis off to Manchester. I'd like to press on with this Crowfield electric business. Annie Howlett has a suspicion about a man, Trevor Knott.
Bernard's checked records, ma'am. He's clean.
Yes, I know. I just wondered if there was some chance that you might spend a little time doing some checking.
A privilege, ma'am.
Do you mean that, Joseph? A privilege?
I'm always pleased to help you out, ma'am.
Thank you. Here we are. I've signed the form.
Oh, good. So now she's the responsibility of the social services, eh?
I got her down as Baby Willis. Maybe that's an assumption.
Well, I had thought of calling her Baby Hallam, after somebody else who's always dropping in unexpected.
Bye-bye, little one. Bye-bye.
Come on, let's give you some dinner, eh?
Careful.
Right. Look, how about having some lunch after I've parked the baby?
Unlike some, I'm too busy.
Fair enough. Anyway, I'm cutting down on my lunches. Unlike some, I've got to watch my waistline.
Well, bear you drinking have to.
Thank you.
See you later.
All right, bye.
Well, now what's happened?
I lost him.
You what?
Aye, but I found him again.
Thank God for that.
I was hiding in a barn off Allshut Lane. Fitter's farm where his dad used to work.
You better not lose him again or you'll have Eddie on you.
What the hell are you madmen doing? Have you killed Jack? Then he'll be back inside for the rest of his life.
Now, listen to me, the 3 of you. Let's get it straight what's going on here in case anyone thinks it's some kind of joke. Jack Willis has got to be done.
Because of you. That's it. You're the one that wants revenge. Do we want it?
Look, you just shut your mouth, girl, before I take my hand to you. And now you two listen to me. We're a family, eh? We always have been. Even more so since your mother died. Well, you just think of that. We stick together. We got rules. Not the same rules as other people, perhaps. Our rules. And they're simple. It's always been our lot against all the rest. We didn't make it that way. That's just the way it worked out. So we don't fit into this or any other rotten town. But we've survived because we've got rules. The family, first and every time, right?
Right.
Yep.
Stick together. We're a match for anyone. It were always like that till an animal called Jack Willis come into the family because of you.
You wanted him on the job.
When that animal come into the family, don't you kid yourself. He knew the rules. He worked them out and he decided to break them, to fly in the face of everything this family is.
So Eddie kills him and goes back for life?
Now, will you tell your sister to shut her mouth?
Shut it, or I will.
Now, look, I don't know if Eddie will kill him. Well, maybe he'll leave something of him with breath in it. All I know is we can't bend the rules or we're finished. Jack Willis tried to finish us, didn't he? From the inside. He destroyed your loyalty, didn't he, eh? Shocked out Eddie, he tried to finish the lot of us. I don't know what the final price for that lot is. For the minute, we'll leave it to Eddie. But Jack Willis is going to pay. And if no one else collects the payment, then it's down to me, eh? And I'll do it.
You live with your father, yes?
Yes, what's it to you?
And your brothers are around the house just for the party?
Yes. And don't you dare come back.
I take it your father doesn't like you.
Look, what do you want? I've work to do. I want nothing with you.
Your brother has been making threatening phone calls. Jack Willis has taken that seriously enough to come to us with a baby in a pram, dump the baby on us and take to his heels. I want to talk to you about Willis.
Us Smithers don't talk about Jack Willis.
You'll talk about him here or at the police station. Which is it?
All right, ask your questions. Then go away, you'll get me the sack.
According to our records, Willis has been done twice with Millers, once 5 years ago and also 7 years ago. There must have been a time when your family was close to Jack Willis.
Aye.
How close?
I'd liked him. He was useful.
He was a peterman, safe breaker. Useful in the family business?
Say what you want.
I want the name of the mother of Jack Willis's baby girl.
I don't know.
That's my interest in Willis. If you want to get rid of me, get me the name of the baby's mother, where she is.
Well, I'll see. See if I can find out.
Okay. I'll be back, Miss Miller.
Where is baby? Is it still at police station?
Why do you want to know?
Well, if I find name of mother, I can tell her where to go.
It's at St Kilda's, the children in care home. Can you help me on one more point?
What?
Why did Willis, a seasoned villain, turn Queen's evidence when he'd known your family so well and for a long time?
I don't know. I don't know!
Willis? Jack Willis.
Yes?
Phone.
What is it?
I don't know.
Yes?
Just to Piccadilly Station. 1350 from Stafford.
Who is it?
Is now approaching platform.
Ale still lousy at the King and Scepter, Jack.
1350.
We should get into this real ale thing I read about. Well, your last drink.
Eddie, listen.
No. No. There's nothing to listen to.
Nearly home, Jack. Have you done what I told you?
Have you said your prayers? God forgives all, Jack. But not me.
Come in. Bernard back from the miller's house?
He's on his way, Mum.
Right. Mr. Logan's just phoned from Manchester. Before he could get to the tailor's shop, Miller had paid it a visit. CID then followed Miller to the station. His train will be in Hartley in 25 minutes. Bernard and I will meet it, and hopefully it'll lead us to Willis.
Yes, Mum.
Right, how did you make out, Joseph?
I turned up something that might be useful, ma'am. I went to Crowfield Electric. Your friend Annie Howlett pointed out Trevor Knott to me. I talked to the personnel department and they gave me the name of his last employer. I phoned them and got the name of his 2 previous employers. They had nothing to report, except it seems that Trevor Knott never holds down a job for more than 6 months.
Yeah?
Well, it's a bit odd, ma'am. Young fella trying to get on in life, not holding down a job for more than 6 months.
True.
I'll keep an eye on him when he leaves work at 5. Nose around a bit where he lives, talk to his neighbours.
Be discreet.
Discretion's the word, ma'am.
Right. I'm off to the station. We've really nothing on him, and he knows that. We'll follow him, and if he sees us, we'll warn him off.
Yes, ma'am.
Train's about due.
Yeah, see you now.
I've got a par Miller's, but don't expect to go in there, though.
I'll go back to the office. I have to break the news to Mr. Logan.
Yes, ma'am.
George, have you seen my bicycle clips?
Ah. Happened so.
Well, where are they then?
Fat lot of good you going off to do some detecting when you can't even find your own bicycle clips. What are these?
Tap.
Sherlock Holmes never wore bicycle clips.
Nothing from Bernard.
Oh, yeah, Mum. Hartley, please.
George, Tom, darling, can I speak?
Oh, yes, she's here, Tom. It's your husband, Mum.
Tom. Hello, Tom.
Hey, Jean. Look, I'm still at St Kilda's. I thought you ought to know. I've just had a call from a woman. Wouldn't give a name. She wanted to know if the Willis baby was okay.
Local accent? Yeah. Oh, thanks, Tom. I only told one person the baby was at St Kilda's. Who's been knocking you about, love?
I'm saying no.
All right, Maureen. Why did you phone St Kilda's? What's your interest in this baby?
What baby?
I noticed that you weren't really part of the coming out party. Even your dad shouted at you to get out of the kitchen. Shall I tell you what's clear to me? That your family like you as much as they like Jack Willis. Now, why should that be? I'll tell you a possibility I've worked out. That the baby that Jack Willis dumped on us is your baby.
No.
Both of us want the same thing, to stop something violent happening. You must realise that Jack has been followed by your brothers from the moment Eddie was released from Parkhurst yesterday, and with one end in view, to get them together. Now, we can help him. We can protect him. You can't. Only we can do it. So come on. It is your baby, isn't it?
Yes.
You married to Jack Willis?
No, but it's our baby.
How could you and Jack have been so close when he betrayed your brother and your family hate him? Was it you who introduced him to the family?
Yes.
As your boyfriend?
Yes.
But he became useful to them for a while, helping them on jobs. Then what happened?
My brother Eddie turned against him. Told me to get rid of him.
But you didn't?
No, I pretended we weren't together. And then when Eddie and Jack got caught on a job, well, it seemed the answer to Jack. He turned Queen's evidence and got off so we could be together while Eddie was in jail. And then we had the baby. And my brothers found out and told Eddie.
Where is Eddie?
I don't know, out looking for Jack.
Where's Jack? Look, we're his only chance. Think of the future. Think of your baby's future if Eddie gets to Jack. Come on, where is he?
He phoned me. He told me he'd run out of places to hide. I suggested our old laundry building. Hermes Laundry, Mill Lane. I don't know, he may have gone there.
And who knocked you about?
Eddie.
Did you tell him, the old Hermes Laundry?
I did. I had to.
Inspector Darby to Hartley.
Yes, Ma'am.
Sergeant Parrish, get yourself and anyone else available to meet me at the old Hermes Laundry, Mill Lane. As quickly as possible, please. It's about Willis and the Millers.
I'm a police officer.
Oh? What can I do for you?
A man came in just now and made a purchase.
Yes, Mr. Knott. Bought a portable television. Black and white. Looked at it yesterday and said he'd pick it up today.
Do you know Mr. Knott well, sir?
No, never saw him before yesterday.
Can you tell me how he paid for the television, sir?
Aye, in a bundle. Cash.
Cash?
Aye, £150, all cash.
Can you do something for me, sir? Can you put the notes that he paid you carefully on one side, just for an hour? I'd like to send a police fingerprint expert round to check something.
Why? What's the matter then?
Just checking the notes to see if they have the prints of a certain lady who may have handled the cash before Mr. Knott.
Hartley, Inspector Darby on watch at the old Hermes Laundry, Mill Lane.
Hartley to Inspector Darby. Sergeants Parrish and Duckworth should be with you shortly, ma'am.
All right. I hope that means shortly. Jack Willis? Jack Willis? This is the police. I know you're here. Jack? on, Jack. Come out here. Jack, I know you're here. Come on. Show yourself, Jack. Come on. Come on, Jack. Jack. Jack Willis. I have a message for you from Maureen.
What message, love? A friend of Maureen's. Tell me where Jack is, love. Is he or is he?
I'm a police officer.
A police officer. Pull the other one. Pull it right off.
I'm a police officer.
You stay quiet while I look for Jack.
Miller! Miller! Open this door immediately! You're under arrest!
Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? You're earning yourself one, darling. You're earning a knock on the head.
Well, you're going to be sensible? Or are you looking for the fastest train back to Parkhurst?
Oh, come on, Eddie. Drop the hammer.
You haven't got a hell of a lot on me. I'll take my chance in court.
You're under arrest for involvement in an assault against your sister and threatening me with a hammer. I warn you, you're not obliged to say anything unless you wish to do so, but anything you do say may be put in writing and given in evidence.
Willis! I'm warning you. You'll be wanted to give evidence against Miller again, so don't go anywhere we can't get hold of you. Understood?
Yes, yes.
I'll have you, Jack. Next time, Anne. Up at the hammer. Next time.
Clear out of here, right now and fast, or I'll be thinking about conspiracy charges. Trevor Knott will be charged. You'll have to make a court appearance. Should be brief. It's an open and shut case. Your fingerprints were all over the cash he said he'd been saving for years.
I can't tell you how grateful I am. Oh, and please say thank you to Sergeant Beck.
Yes, of course.
Well, I must get back to the works. Set in motion the sacking of one Trevor Knott. We're going to meet up later for a celebration drink.
Oh, heck, it's not going to be another of those nights, is it? Hey, me trying to watch Panorama, you two blind drunk on scotch, singing rugby songs.
You be quiet. You've contributed very little, Tom Darby. You get off and get that baby back to Maureen Miller.
Come on, let's go before she collapses in irons.
George, can you come in here, please? See you later.
All right. Bye, love.
Bye.
Hi,
Yes, Mum.
Mr. Logan's been diverted to headquarters. He'll be here about 8:30. I'd like your report and Berners before he arrives,
Yes,
please.
Mum. I've got them ready.
Any news of the party at the Miller house?
No, I think they put the booze back in the cupboard till the next time he comes out. And this all starts over again. And it will all happen again.
Yes, but meanwhile, rather a successful day, wouldn't you say?
If you say so, Mum.
I do say so, George.
Yes, Mum.
Next on Drama.